That wind really picked up on you though, huh?
It did.
So is he ready, Wes?
Been ready.
He's been ready, huh?
Yeah.
All right, just double checking, making sure all is good.
Well, in the air. So there's a little bit of crosswind up there, so he's got to come through a little bit of bumps on the descent, but we're doing good.
Awesome. And Wenda flew with you earlier, or did she fly with Lair?
Yep, she flew with me.
Awesome.
Yep, she's first.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
He's ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready to be done.
Woohoo! How long have you guys been here now?
This'll be, we've been up in the air 16 days straight. This'll be 17.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's a lot.
Every day.
It is. That is a lot. This is sandy. It's at least 100 pounds if it's dry of sand. We put this into the back seat of the aircraft when somebody's getting ready to solo, so it's not so much of a dramatic having all the weight in the back seat to just nothing in the back seat. Makes a big difference. Makes it a lot easier, flies very similarly, and they can always pretend that they're in the back. That was cute. Aww. You excited and nervous, Mr. Steve?
Yeah, a little bit of both.
I would think, for both of you.
Clear prop.
And here's Wenda getting ready to do her solo first takeoff on September 20th, 2023. There she goes. Woo! Very nice. And here's Wenda on her solo landing. Going.
Awesome, Wenda.
Beautiful. Keep it low. Very nice. Nice. Very nice.
Hoping liner is good.
We are going to be scoring these. And, let the winner prevail.
Very nice. That was awesome! Woo! Nicely done, my lady. Nicely
Congratulations.
done.
Let's get in here.
Son of a pilot, congratulations.
You did beautiful landings.
you.
That was really incredible.
Probably my best.
What do you think, Wes?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What do you think, Steve?
Yep,
That's a tough act to follow.
it is.
Did us proud. Did us
And he's
proud.
really good with the rougher landings. So.
So tell viewers at home how the training went. So you came how long ago?
We've been here. This is day number 17 of straight flying every day.
That is a lot of flying.
17 now.
And you're also flying morning and evenings, right? So twice a day you're flying.
So
Yeah,
you
most
accumulated how many hours before solo this morning?
27.7 hours.
27.7.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad
Yep.
this morning.
Super happy about it.
Oh, you
I
did
am so
great.
proud
I'm
of you.
excited for Steve.
Are you ready to see what Steve's got?
Yeah.
We're gonna be scoring these landings. Let the best man win.
Or woman. Hello. Okay. Here goes Steve on his solo flight. September 20th, 2023. The first takeoff is the most exciting when you feel the acceleration, step into the throttle, and as soon as the wheels leave the ground is the most awesome feeling. He's getting ready to drop it in here.
There he goes. See what I'm talking about?
Very nice.
That was really nice, especially given the condition.
That was about 8 knots direct.
Wow. Wow. Nice and easy.
Tiny bit of blue, but that was the wind.
If you're challenged, you can make a full stop. If you want to do another, you can go for it.
I'm gonna do one more.
All right. I'm not trying to help them to win. 18-mile-an-hour faster ground speed up there, and he's got about a 30-degree crab angle. That's a lot of wind.
That's where it got choppy.
Knocked around.
Yep.
Look at that.
If he dove through it, it would have been better. Good choice.
Excellent choice. Good job.
Excellent, excellent choice.
Yep, he did absolutely that. The nose came up, bar to belly. He was working the roll instead of working the pitch.
Oh yeah.
That was absolutely the right call there. I'm so proud of him for not making the instructor key up and tell him to go around. And he did it early enough. He could have continued to try, but chasing a bad approach to try to get a good landing usually doesn't work out.
No, especially at the altitude he was at, and he's just going left, right, left, right.
That's what it's all about right there, folks.
It was
Yep.
one of the questions on the written solo exam.
Is that the only reason he knew to go around?
Yeah.
It was on the test?
I would say that's lack in instruction prior to the written test.
No,
I don't know. What do you think,
I showed
Wenda?
you on his silent solo, he did 2 go-arounds.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And go
Just
around
making
training is every bit as important as landing training.
sure. Absolutely.
If you don't have that go around training, and a lot of people think a go around's easy, but it's not. You know, the instinct when to decide, but once you do decide, the instinct, believe it or not, is to push the bar forward and force the nose up into the air. And the correct response is to hit the throttle, gain airspeed, and then allow the trike to climb away. So just knowing how to do.
Stall recovery with minimum loss of altitude.
Yeah.
We've done it. We both done it.
Yeah. All right, come on in.
So are you a little nervous on that last one, Miss Wenda?
Yeah. And then he landed wings up. I'm good.
That was some nice flying.
That was some challenging wind.
Oh my goodness. Really challenging wind.
Good job.
That wind really picked up on you though, huh?
It did. It tossed me around about 400 or 500 feet. And just kind of muscle it down a little bit. So.
Yeah, and that was an excellent choice on that go around. That was a very well executed go around. We may even use that in a DVD at some point because that was a real live. Things were kind of unraveling, and you did your go around. And so, if there's anything to be demonstrated here out of all that, that go around was the best maneuver you did all day. That was great.
Awesome.
And that first landing was terrific.
Phenomenal.
Especially when the wind coming in the way that you did, that was awesome.
So I mean, I'm really feeling the wind right now. I mean, it is switching from down the runway to cross, but it's mostly crosswind, and very, very challenging. I think there was a shear layer right about where you wanted to start the dive. So right as you were getting slow, you were getting bobbled. So now you're putting the nose down. You're no longer lined up with the runway, having to make a correction. That was fairly challenging. However, I got to tell you, even with the extra points for skill level, Wenda still beat you. Kept flying it, tapped the throttle a little bit. Could have held the throttle a little bit longer.
I could just kind of feel the power coming out of the wing, and I'm like, I gotta give it a little bump to keep it going. So.
Yeah, and that's advanced. That's something that over hopefully the next 50, 60 hours is going to start to really come natural. But for solo, this was definitely on the challenging side. And again, I can't iterate enough. This is a 17 square meter single surface wing. It's big, it's floaty, it's less apt than some of the other solos you may have seen with double surface wings that can really penetrate a little bit better than the bigger single surface wings in the wind. These are amazing to fly in calmer air. And with experience, this kind of wind's not a big deal, but when you're soloing, trying to make it easy, big wing, big wind, a little bit more challenging.
Congratulations, Steve. You're a solo pilot now.
Thanks, Wes.
Go by yourself. By yourself.
Well, I don't know that anyone else is going to want to come with me for a while.
Just
Are you kidding? That was awesome.
backseat.
I knew you could handle the tougher wind, so that's why we put you up second, and you did it.
Not just that, but Larry was ready to pull you after your first landing. Well, actually, before you did your first landing, Larry's like, this wind is picking up. It's a crosswind. It's not good. And Wes was like, he's got this. He's got this.
I did 12 landings yesterday like that.
So were you pretty excited?
Yeah. I kind of miss those voices in the back of my head, though.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll come back, I promise. I know I hear them all the time, unfortunately.
When we were young, and we're maybe early 20s, and we both wrote down 10 or 12 things that were our life goals, and we just talked about what we wanted to do with our life, and then when we didn't do much, you just kind of don't think about it for a while. And then when he was 25, for his birthday, I bought him his first pilot lessons, so he just had a couple hours then, I think.
And that was in fixed wing, I assume?
Fixed wing.
Okay.
And so he did that, and that was, but then of course life is so busy, and we had a business to run, and kids, and everything happens, and you just don't have the extra time or money at that point to do those kinds of things. And then it was probably 6 or so years ago, we found that list. Like, it just turned up in all of our crap somehow, and we read through it, and he'd done everything except this one. And so it was pretty exciting when we talked about it, and we thought, okay, now our kids are mostly grown. Poor Gabe, not all the way done. It's a good time, and so I started to notice that the YouTube feed was having a lot of Larry videos. And we were, trying to decide between this and a fixed wing, and so we were both. At that point, it was pretty cool because I knew that this was a life goal for him, and so I of course wanted it for him. And so when he started to zero in on what he wanted, I started asking more questions, you know, like, that looks like a kite with a motor. So I was wondering kind of how that was going to go. And I said, so what is the maximum pound capacity for this other aircraft we were looking at? And he says, well, it's 600 pounds. I looked at him and I said, okay, so we've maxed that out. I'm not getting in a plane with you when we're maxed out at what it's engineered to do. So we started losing weight and saving money, and 4 years later, we're
Here you are. And so how did you end up becoming a pilot?
Oh, I felt,
Was that part of the plan, or?
I don't know if you knew I had decided until about a couple months ago.
She just told me that she wanted to get her license too.
Yeah, we were talking about budget and getting everything squared away, and so we talked about, you know, training hours and what that would cost. And I said, well, what about mine? And he said, are you gonna fly it? And I said, well, wouldn't it be safer if we could both fly it? He's like, okay. And so that's when we decided that I wanted to do it too.
Now, you actually came into this pretty gung-ho. And
Yeah.
then around hour 3, tell us about what was going on in hour 3.
Then I had this fall apart. I remember telling Larry, you don't know me very well, but you should know that when I'm really quiet, that means I'm super upset.
I'm sure Steve knows that well.
Steve knows that. So we landed that time, and I think it was about an hour of crying, which I never do, but just this huge.
You hear that, Larry?
I heard my training brought the woman to tears. That's what I just heard. But go on with this story.
Whatever.
So I felt like I was never going to get it. Then after that, Wes was awesome. Like, he was really good to just say, Wenda, you're going to be fine. You're getting close. And then Larry, of course, felt bad that I had the Mount Vesuvius eruption of tears and showed me my list, which I didn't bring with me, of all the things that we've learned in the last week, which was a whole bunch. And I felt so much better. And then I've had so many magical flights with the sunsets, and that's when I knew that I would love it. I would just love it.
And Steve, did you go through these hurdles also, or?
I was in denial.
It's pretty.
And then something finally clicked. And it's like, oh, I've got to just do it this way, and then it kind of comes together.
Well, Wes and Larry did an awesome job with these guys. That's pretty awesome, and it's so amazing to have a couple that learned how to fly in their beautiful Revolt, and now they're going to have to fight who gets to taxi back, and more importantly, who's going to get to do the more flying.
How many hours to solo? Who won that battle? And how many hours?
It was 25.
26.3, and
Yeah.
I was 27.7.
So close. So close. If I would have known, I would have held him back for you.
That's okay. I got the most stars on the.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you'd like to learn more about trikes or already fly trikes, check out trikeaction.com, where the action is.